Good afternoon, everyone. This is your host Faith Dodo. Today we have special guests with us, and 1 second, please. Yeah, today we have special guests with us from Royal Bank. I'm sorry about that. That is why we are live, right? Today is an exciting topic. I'm privileged to have with you here today the district manager from Vaughan, and an advisor. Her name is Obey. But before then, I would want them to introduce themselves. And today, our discussion is going to be centered on the importance of having life insurance and also the importance of being financially secured as a woman. So today I have Richard and Obey. I want them to just introduce themselves properly. So stay tuned, please. Thank you. So, Mr. Richard, please introduce yourself to our viewers.
Faye, thanks so much for having me. So, as you mentioned, my name is Richard Thompson. I'm the regional director for RBC Insurance, based out of Vaughan. I live in Brampton, and we really serve the entire GTA and really all of Ontario lately since we're virtual. I've been with RBC Insurance 18 years, helping clients protect what matters most. And really, my role is all about supporting the advisors that work on my team and making sure our clients get the best advice possible and their families are protected. So that's really the essence of what I do.
All right. Thank you very much for letting our viewers know. And also with me today, I'm privileged to have with me Obey. She's going to introduce herself and she'll talk about her role. So, Miss Obey, go ahead. Introduce yourself to our viewers, please. I hope she can hear me. Okay.
She looks great.
Yes. Oh my goodness! I hope she can hear me. You can predict the internet. You can predict technology. So I hope she can hear me. Okay, she's with us, but I think there's a glitch or there's a problem. I don't know what's going on. So we are just going to try to resolve the problem. Before then, we'll just go on 30 seconds break, please. All right, viewers, welcome back. We're just back from 30 seconds break. I have with me live Richard Thompson. He's with us from Royal Bank, and we are still waiting for Obey to join us. It's you cannot actually predict technology. Yeah, we are just trying to juggle things around. It's not working out for her properly now, but she's going to join us. But before then, I'll actually want Mr. Richard to go ahead with the interview today. So, Mr. Richard, I want you to tell us about the company that you work with.
Sure.
Please give our viewers.
Happy to. So, I mean, I think all your viewers who are in Canada know Royal Bank. So Royal Bank owns RBC Insurance, and that's the company that we work for. And so a little bit about RBC Insurance and why you'd want to deal with RBC Insurance. There's really three reasons that I can share in regards to the why. It's strength, value, and advice. So we're a life insurance company within RBC Royal Bank. Okay. And really what that means for us is we have the strength of RBC behind us. Okay. The strength, security, and stability of RBC behind us. The value that we're able to create for clients. We offer an entire portfolio of insurance solutions. And we're able to position ourselves very competitively in the market. And thirdly, the level of advice that we're able to give. So, Rachel couldn't introduce herself, but if she did, she would tell you she's been doing this for a long time. She has many industry designations behind her. She's able to give a high level of advice based on our clients' needs. And many of our advisors are able to give that high level of advice as well. And if we can't help someone with our particular solutions, we can guide them in the bank to one of our partners. Because RBC is such a vast organization, we're able to help clients with virtually any financial issue that they're having or they need advice on. So that's a little bit about RBC Insurance and RBC, the strength, value, and advice. And that's really why you want to work with a company like that.
All right. Thank you very much for giving us the synopsis of ROBC Insurance. And for those of you watching right now, today's topic is actually centered on the importance of having a life insurance. The reason why we decided to talk about this topic today, especially within Black communities, most of us don't really believe in life insurance. When you tell them that, oh, you should take a life insurance just to secure yourself and your family, your loved ones, just in case you're gone, at least your loved ones will have something to rely on when it comes to taking care of the funeral or whatsoever. But most people, especially within Black community, they have that fear. So today we decide to invite Richard Thompson and Rachel from RBC to educate our viewers today about the importance of having life insurance. You know, at first when we started our internet was glitching and everything. So I'm just giving you an overview. Richard has actually introduced to you that he's from Royal Bank. Almost, if you live in Canada, I tell you, and almost everybody know Royal Bank. Royal Bank, the acronym is for Royal Bank is RBC. So if you live here in Canada, you know Royal Bank. Okay, so they are going to educate our viewers today about the importance of having life insurance. And for some people, for some of you watching today, you might be thinking, no, I don't need life insurance. Or why would I insure myself? When I'm dead, they will just use it. No, they will educate you that when you have life insurance, you can also extract some money while you're still alive. So these are some of the things that we're bringing forward today to you. Please, if you have any questions, go to the comment section, send us a message. I'm privileged to have Richard with me now. He's the district manager, right? So he has a lot to offer today. So feel free to send us any questions that you want him to answer today, and I will read it out to him. He'll be able to unpack that question. So stay tuned, please. We'll be right back. All right, viewers, while we are waiting for Obey to join us, as you can see, you cannot actually predict can't actually predict technology. Trust me, especially this time we are using it and we should expect anything. So while we are waiting for Obey, I'll just go ahead to ask Mr. Richard. So I know some of the questions are supposed to be for Obey, but I'll forge ahead with you. So tell us, Mr. Richard, because some of our viewers, they might be wondering, what is the difference between universal insurance and term insurance? Because I know some viewers want to know what that is. When you say universal insurance, they start to wonder, I don't know what that is. What is the term insurance? I don't know what that is. Please, can you unpack that for my viewers right now? For those of you who are watching, listen to Mr. Richard, how he's going to unpack what universal insurance is all about and term insurance. So please.
It's a great question. Thanks, Faith.
Thank you
So
very much.
term insurance, universal life, cash values, which one's better? We get that question a lot. So I'm glad you asked that question. And really the short answer to that is one is not better than the other. They're both tools and they do different jobs. So it really depends on what are your individual needs. And I'll use a couple examples. Term insurance is great for, someone who's looking for a lot of coverage for a relatively short period of time, 10 to 20 years, for example. Maybe someone who's got a mortgage, who has small children because they need a lot of coverage, but they want to keep the costs down. And someone like that might be a great candidate for term insurance.
Okay.
On the other hand, universal life insurance or whole life, these are policies that are meant to be kept for life. They might have a cash value component. They may cost a little bit more. So those are things for maybe estate planning for final expenses, or maybe, we have clients who also just want to create an estate for their kids. They want to leave their kids some money, set up the next generation. And that's the most appropriate type of policy to do that type of thing for. So, it really depends. And we really help clients guide on which one makes the most sense. Sometimes it's a combination of the two. It really just depends on the individual client. But I would say certainly one is not better than the other. These are really tools that help our clients achieve a particular goal.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's essentially the key difference, I would say. It looks like we got...
All right, welcome back, everyone. We're just going on a few seconds break. So we are back with Richard while we are still waiting for Rachel. She's going to join us, viewers. Please be patient with us, please. So Mr. Richard has just answered your question. And these are some of the questions I prepared because I believe my viewers will have that in mind. What is term insurance? What is universal insurance? He has told us the importance, and he has said both insurances are good. If you have term insurance, it's as important as universal insurance. And if you have universal insurance, maybe you might want to extract some money. You want to like save. Then you can take out some money. So he also told us the importance of universal insurance. So we are glad that Rachel is with us right now. I believe she can hear me right now. Rachel, can you hear me? So yeah, I hope she can hear me. Otherwise, we are just going to continue. And yes, so, Mr. Richard has just explained what universal insurance is, and he also talked about the importance of both universal and term insurance. He said both are really great if you want to. Like if you have a large family and you have some financial constraint, you might want to rely on the term insurance. But if you have enough, why not? You can save and also use the huge sum of amount for something else, maybe future business, right? So I'm really, I love the way you explain it. And yeah, I think that will also help my viewers. I would just like to go to the comment section to see what my viewers have in the comment section, because we want them to participate. This is not about me. It is about the viewers, because we are educating them, bringing forth more knowledge so that they'll have that knowledge about what insurance is all about and why it is important for us to have life insurance. So let's see the comment section. Okay, no comment yet. They said amazing, nice. Okay, thank you. Yeah, I'm getting all those comments. Wow. All right. Yeah. So, Mr. Richard, you're getting comment. Wow, amazing, nice. Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah. So let's forge ahead before we meet with Rachel. I'm just going to ask you some questions.
Sure.
And our next question is that I intend to ask is insurance a type of investment, which I think you almost answered. Can you tell our viewers, because some of them might not see it as an investment? So do you think it's an investment or is not an investment? We want you to unpack that question for my viewers who are watching right now.
It's a great question. So, we do get that a lot. I'm going to say that it depends on what the purpose of the insurance is.
Okay.
Right. And so it really depends. A lot of times it would not be an investment because you're just buying it to protect your family. But other people view it as, look, I want to leave this money to my children.
Yes.
I want to see this policy grow. I want to see my coverage grow. And they view it as an investment. So, and of course, there are types of policies that we offer that do have an investment component built in and part of the idea there is to allow that face amount of insurance to grow over time and keep pace or outpace inflation, right? So, I mean, I wouldn't say for certain yes or no. It really all depends on what the goal of that insurance policy is, whether or not you view it as an investment. And I think it's important to have that honest conversation with your advisor. And I always ask clients, we do a really thorough job with uncovering someone's needs and understanding what their goals are. And, we try to align the solution based on that. So, yeah. So it just depends.
So it depends. So it cannot be. Sometimes it might be an investment, and other times it might not.
Exactly. So, for example, if I have a term insurance policy to cover my mortgage, to cover my kids, while they're young and dependent, I may not view that as an investment necessarily. However, if I'm buying a whole life policy that's paid up in 20 years that I'm going to keep forever, and the goal is to leave that to my children or grandchildren, and it's got a cash value component built in, and I just want to leave that as a gift to my children one day, then I would certainly view that as an investment. So again, it just goes back to, what's the goal of the client? What do you want to accomplish? And then we go back to our tool belt and we pull out the right tool. So it certainly can be an investment depending on the client.
Thank you very much. So viewers, you've heard from Mr. Richard. He said it can be an investment. It actually depends. And again, if you have any questions, as I've said before, please feel free to write your comments, and I will definitely read out the comment to Mr. Richard, and he will be able to help us out. We are still waiting for Rachel to join us. Hi, Rachel. Can you hear me? Okay, perfect. She's with us. Yeah. I'm excited. Finally, she's here. So, viewers, I'm super excited now. So, oh my goodness. Trust me, but you're finally here to join us. It's okay. It happens. Trust me.
Yep.
This is what live streaming is all about. There is no filter. It's all, when you make mistake, everyone will see it. And it is good. There is no filter. It is raw. Okay. So viewers, please bear with us. We are just doing live. We are not, this is live. You're getting it the way it is. So finally, we have Rachel with us. She's going to properly introduce herself, and we have some questions for her as well. So Rachel, please, can you introduce yourself to our viewers? Let them know your name, who you are, your role in Royal Bank, and yeah, go ahead.
She may just be on mute.
Unmute yourself. I can hear you. Oh my God, we finally have a yeah, we can hear.
We've all been there.
Yes. Okay. I can't hear you. Unmute yourself.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now. Welcome.
Okay,
Yes,
good.
let's celebrate Rachel.
All right. Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. My name is Rachel. I've been with RBC Insurance for the past 12 years.
Okay.
And I provide advice on different type of insurance, which include life and health insurance, disability insurance, critical illness insurance.
Okay.
And I also do retirement and estate planning. My ultimate goal is actually to make insurance easy for my clients to understand, removing the complexity out of it, and making sure that they are able to make informed decisions. Okay. So helping family protect what is important to them, while saving them the cost as well. That is what I do, and that is my passion.
Thank you very much, Rachel. You can see, viewers, that we needed her here. So Mr. Richard has explained most things, but we have questions for you anyways. And I know my viewers, they'll be happy to hear from you. So Rachel has just given a synopsis of who she is and what she does at RBC, her role at RBC. She has just told you everything. And now the question we have for you, Rachel, we want you to tell us the different type of sorry, I think he has already answered it. Now I'm now mistaking both of your questions. So now we want you to tell us why it is pivotal to getting insurance sooner than later, because most people think that, oh, I still have time. I have time. I don't need insurance. I have to be old to have insurance. I'm too young to have insurance. So we want you to actually tell our viewers why it is very crucial to have insurance sooner than later.
All right. Thank you. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
That's a very great question.
Yes.
Early in my career, when I was, I would say, prospecting, I met with a lady. She have 2 kids. Then I started telling her, we were talking, I told her what I do and how I help family protect what matters to them.
Yeah.
So I mentioned the word life insurance. Oh my God. She was so scared. She said, "Oh my God, I'm not ready to die now. I'm not ready to die." It's like she wanted to start crying.
Oh my God.
I had to start calm. I was calming her down. I said, "You know what? Listen, it's not a matter of dying. This is just you doing
Yes.
the right thing at the right
Yeah.
time."
Yes.
So one of the reasons why we should look at having insurance now, while that we are young, instead of waiting for the future, is
Yeah.
because of the benefit that is attached to it, right?
Thank you.
It's better you buy insurance when you don't need it. You
Yeah.
can't insure a burning home.
Mm-hmm.
It's not when the home is on fire, you start calling the insurance company, "Oh, I need a home insurance." You buy it
Yeah.
now and you just buy it and leave it there.
I
And
love.
another thing is, yes, another thing is that the way insurance company calculate the cost of insurance is more favorable when you are young.
Mm-hmm.
So at the time you are young, health issues are limited. So when you
Mm-hmm.
wait at a later time, you can't even guarantee the rates at which you will be insured.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? So
Yeah.
getting insurance when you are young is a wise decision towards financial planning.
Mm.
Buy it and just leave it. And at the end of the day, it's your health that buys insurance, not your money. I have a list of clients that are really looking to get insurance, but they can't qualify.
Mm-hmm.
They can't qualify. So
So.
those are some of the reasons why you have to invest in it now than
Mhm.
waiting for later time in your life.
Yeah, thank you so much. That was a good answer to the question.
You're welcome.
Viewers, you just heard from Rachel. She advises that you buy your insurance now. Why wait? Okay, why not do it when you're young? And don't be afraid. Buying insurance does not mean that you're going to die sooner or later. No, it doesn't mean you're just securing your life and also helping your loved ones just in case. Okay, that is the importance of buying insurance. And of course, if you're old, you might not really qualify, or even though you qualify, it might be really high based on the fact that you've aged and all that. So thank you very much for answering the question. So
You're
viewers, if
welcome.
you have any questions, please feel free to ask the question now. We are going to read out the comments on the comment section. Either Richard or Obey or Rachel, her name is also Rachel, will answer the question if you don't mind. So please go ahead to ask any questions that you want to know about when it comes to insurance. If you have any doubts, you're still thinking of getting insurance, but you're not sure, you're thinking, "Oh, I don't think insurance is the best idea right now," go ahead to ask questions. They are here to answer your questions. Okay, so we are just going to move to the next question. And I'm still going to ask Rachel. So, Rachel, can you tell us? Okay, I think that this question is for Richard. I am just going to move to. Okay, I missed the way I tried to. Okay,
No problem.
I yeah. So okay. My other question is I'm just gonna move to Richard. So Richard, are there ways to get benefit from insurance before death?
That's a question we get quite a bit as well. So yeah, short answer is yes.
Mhm.
In fact, we have a whole portfolio of solutions called living benefits. And
Okay.
so, I'll touch on that. And also I'll touch on how you can benefit from life insurance while you're still living too.
Okay.
So first of all, living benefits are, well, maybe I'll take a step back. When we sit down with a client, we try to really answer three questions. One
Mhm.
is, how are you protecting your liabilities?
Okay.
And that could be protected with things like life insurance.
Mhm.
But also, we get more claims for disability than we do life insurance. And that's just the nature of the world. And so when we sit down with a client, the second question we ask them is, what do you have in place if you can't go to work because of an injury or illness, right?
Yeah.
And we look at what streams of income they might have. And if there's gaps, and we show them solutions.
Yeah.
So to answer your question, you can benefit by having a living benefit product like a disability insurance policy that protects your income.
Yeah.
There's something called critical illness insurance. Your viewers may have heard of that. It pays a
Mhm.
lump sum if you're diagnosed with a critical illness within
Yes.
30 days, lump sum, tax free. You
Mhm.
can do what you need to do with that money or take care of your family, whatever. So those are solutions that are specifically for helping you recover, right?
That's good.
So you can certainly benefit while you're alive. And then from a life insurance perspective, I mean, there are policies that have investment components. Kind of touched on that earlier. And you can, there's ways to withdraw that money or take a loan against the policy to access that value while at the same time keeping the life insurance policy in force while you're alive. So, I mean, we could have a whole hour just on that, but there certainly is ways that you can benefit from these types of solutions while you're alive. And like I said, the majority of our claims that we get are from people who are living, who just unfortunately either had an accident or they're suffering from an illness that's preventing them from working.
Okay.
And,
Thank you very much for actually answering that question, and you've unpacked it very well. And we just have a question from our viewers. Viewers, you've heard from Richard. He said there are ways. For those of you who are listening, you're wondering, I don't know if I'll benefit from life insurance. You can be sick and you still get paid. That is if you have insurance. Those are benefits. So it is very important. I can't even stress it enough. So we have a question here for you from the viewers. They just sent, it said, is there a time policy without doing a medical examination? Please answer them. This is coming from our viewers. Is there a term policy without doing a medical examination? Please, can you answer?
Yeah, I can jump in if you want,
Yeah,
Rich.
go ahead.
So, one of the great things that RBC did recently is we increased the limits of insurance you can get without having to do a medical.
Yeah.
And for example, term insurance, we can go up to $1 million for most folks with no medical, sometimes just some really basic medical questions, and then we avoid the medical completely because I know it does take time and people don't want to see a nurse, et cetera. So we recognize that was something that our clients were asking for.
Okay.
And RBC offers simplified term insurance that doesn't require medical for most people. So there are a number of options that don't necessarily require a medical, which is it's a lot more convenient for sure.
Okay, so Trisha Wallace, she's the one that asked this question. I hope Richard has been able to answer your question. She also have another question. What is the difference with a credit insurance and life insurance? I have insurance with my mortgage. Now, please, you and Richard, Mr. Richard and Richard, you are the experts here. Now, Trisha is also asking this question. What is the difference with a credit insurance and life insurance? I have insurance with my mortgage. Yes.
Yes.
So okay.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Richard.
All right. So when you have insurance with your mortgage,
yes,
the fact is that the bank is the owner of the policy.
Okay.
Not you. But when anything happens to you, fine, your mortgage is paid out. So, but when you have your own personal insurance, you can actually name a beneficiary who you want to assign the benefit to.
Okay.
So, but with the bank, having insurance as with the bank, which is with your mortgage, that is actually a decreasing term. So, say for example, your mortgage is 500,000, and at the time they are going to be paying the claim if anything happened, God forbid, and you have been able to pay up to say 300,000. So the balance in your mortgage is 200,000. So the payout is only going to be 200,000, even if your initial premium is towards 500,000. So it's always good for you to have a personal insurance.
Okay.
Right. So it's a decreasing term.
So Trisha Wallace, thank you for asking that question. I hope Rachel has been able to unpack your question and she has clarified everything. So our advice to you, because she's the expert, she and Richard, her advice, if you're watching viewers, is that it's better to also have your own personal insurance, right? You have your personal insurance while you still have your mortgage insurance. That is the summary of what I hear Rachel say from everything that she just said. So yeah, thank you for that question. So we are just going to go ahead with the question.
You're welcome.
So, thank you very much, Rachel. So I have question number 7 for Rachel. So most people have negative assumption about insurance policies. One of which is most insurance do not openly show to their customers about their coverage. That they are fraudulent. How can customers detect fraudulent or unclear insurance facts?
That is a great question, and that is correct. The fact is that I'm in the field every day.
Yes.
And the thing is that I noticed that full disclosure can be a problem to some people.
Okay.
For insurance contracts, is written bold and clear.
Mhm.
It's our responsibility for us to read and
Mhm.
ask questions if we are not clear of any clause.
Yeah.
Also, you have the right to cancel your insurance policy when you are not satisfied with what you have. So this
Okay.
is usually a 10 days period. They call it the free look period. So when an
Okay.
insurance contract is delivered to you, you go through it. If you are not satisfied, you can cancel your policy and get your money back for that period. So the
Mhm.
thing is, people don't take time to review their policy
Yes.
to make sure that they understand and whatever policy they have is what
Mhm.
they really need. They
Yes.
don't do that. So it could be that they have bad experience. So that is why they have the general assumption. So
Yes.
that is why we are here today to like let you know that you sitting with a trusted advisor, you will be
Mhm.
able to make informed decision. So when you are
Mhm.
making insurance, when you are trying to buy an insurance policy, another
Okay.
thing you want to know is that during the time of the application is a very
Mhm.
a critical process. So
Yes.
full disclosure is advised. So when
Okay.
you have full disclosure, because
Mhm.
that is the time where the insurance company is going to determine if the claim is going to be paid or denied.
Okay.
If there's no full disclosure, there's nothing we can do because RBC, what we do is that we do most of our underwriting upfront.
Okay.
Most underwriting is done upfront. So before you even start paying the premium, you know that you've been approved. So when you are not approved, you don't have to pay the premium. So normally, full disclosure is a problem, and we don't take the time to actually read the policy, to read the contract to know what we have.
Yeah. I thank you very much, Rachel. I really love what you said in terms of full disclosure because we have some people that might buy insurance and still leave some stuff out. So when the insurance company finds out that, okay, you have some hidden agendas, right? That might also alter your insurance if you're watching. So when you're going to purchase any insurance, from what I hear, these two experts from what I hear, both Richard and Richard saying here is that you have to fully disclose. You have to fully open up. If, for example, if you have any sickness, right, you have to tell them upfront that I have this illness. If, for example, you're this, you have to let them know. Know when something happens, you'll be expecting the company to pay you the full amount of what was signed, but you didn't disclose. So you've breached that contract. I feel like it's a breach of contract. So if you're buying insurance policy or you're buying any policy from ROBC, you have to fully disclose. And again, in terms of fraudulence, from what I hear you say, is that people are not coerced. At least you have 10 days window to make a full decision. Yes, you are not coerced to buy the insurance policy. You go home, go and review it. Review every
The
fine
internet is
print.
just disturbing.
You have to review it and see if this actually fits what you want. Then before you purchase it. So that is what I summarize from what Rachel has just said. So Rachel, thank you very much. That was a very good and a good way to answer that question. Thank you so much. So let's switch to Richard now because Rachel has been answering, but we're going to be going back and forth. So, Mr. Richard, do you think? Okay, I see Rachel. I'm sorry. So, Rachel, yeah, I have to go because I cannot ask Richard that question
No
without
problem.
asking you. So, Rachel, actually, I have this question for you. Statistics has shown, because I did my research, has shown that women are more likely not to have insurance compared to men. Why do you think there is this gap?
Yeah,
Most women, yeah, are more likely not to have life insurance compared to men. Why?
that is actually true because there was this client, this family that I met,
Yes,
and at the time of the insurance analysis, there was
yes,
need for both of them to actually have insurance. So I
yes.
did comprehensive plan for them, and they were
Okay.
happy. So down the road, I received a call from the wife, and she said,
Mm,
"Rachel, you know what? I don't think I need insurance. It's my husband that needs the insurance. So I'm going to cancel my policy, and my husband's policy can continue." So I tried to let her see reasons that, what,
Yes,
you also need insurance. She said,
of course.
no, don't worry about it. Just leave my husband's policy. So in order for me to answer that question, I wanted to bring the fact that most women do think that the men are the breadwinner, so they should have the insurance, not them. And
Hmm.
another thing is that women, they place emphasis on other things that they think is more important to them, right? And thirdly, statistics also have proven that
Yes.
men men is more, they have shorter lifespan.
Okay.
Men have shorter lifespan than women. So at the thing is that the women will think, I still have time in my hand. I have a lot of time to make buying decisions. So they want to put their money where they think they will find more value. But the truth is that
Oh,
uh,
guys,
if anything happened to
anything
either
can
of
happen.
them,
Yes.
is going to be devastating for the family. So
Yes.
having everybody insured is always the best.
Thank you so much. You see, I find it very funny. Not really, it's not funny though, but the fact that we're talking about women, in most things, we find that women are always under the hierarchy when it comes to whatever it is in the society. Society has constructed it that way. Because I love to talk about women. Mr. Richard, I'm sorry about that. My stream is on gender, feminist, and women's
I have,
studies.
I should have told you I have two daughters, so
Yes, yes. When it comes to any issue, I try to incorporate women issue because it's a big issue that we have to address. When it comes to anything, you see that women are beneath the hierarchy. We are always beneath. So I wanted to talk more on that. And when I did my research, I was like, I know this is going on. I know women will definitely be the one not having insurance. And of course, that is it. So you've just explained sometimes women tend to just forget themselves and say,
Yes,
I don't need it. You're as important as the man. And of course, death does not choose. It can happen to the woman. What about
yes,
if something happens? That is just an assumption. That is just, I know statistics has shown that men tend to die more because, they have a shorter lifespan or whatever. But yes, but sometimes women also die too. So what happens if that happens? The family, they will be in a precarious position. So if you want your family to live happily, and why they are also still grieving you, at least there should be the financial aspect of it should be
to be
covered. It
taken
has
care of.
to be
Exactly.
taken
Yeah.
care of. Because sometimes in most cases, you see some family, they lost their loved one. It's bad enough to lose somebody. Hello. And it's even worse, losing that person, no money to to commence with the funeral. Is that not crazy? That is a jeopardy right there. That's problem. Heaps of problem, and that could have been averted. We could have avoided that. And that is why we're bringing this show to you to educate you. Having an insurance is not a taboo. It is not something that is forbidden. It is just a reality. You have to, whether we like it or not, we all die. We'll die differently. We just want to make sure that we secure something for our loved ones. So that is why you see me inviting experts to, talk to you every weekend about different issues. These are some of the issues that I believe is especially prevalent within the Black communities, if you will. If you ask me, statistics has also shown that within the Black community, we need to keep educating ourselves to create change. And how can we do that? Is by bringing experts like Richard and Rachel to educate and inform you. So please, if you have any questions or any concerning what we are saying right now, feel free to send your comment. And Richard and Rachel will be here to unpack your questions. Okay, so we have the time. We're giving you the opportunity to send us your message now before we forge ahead with the next question. So I'm just excited and I'm happy. I'm glad to have both of you here once again. Trust me. And I'm so privileged to have intelligent both of you. You are both, you have wealth of knowledge about life insurance, and the way you're just saying it, it is so obvious that, yeah, you know what you're doing. And yeah, so back to The next question is still Rachel. Okay, I think the next question ties on to, I believe Rachel, because I wanted to ask, why is it important to have life insurance for women? We've answered that. So I'm just going to ask Mr. Richard, do you think the disparity has to do with gender inequality in terms of when it comes to women not having life insurance?
Yeah, it's a tough one. I struggle with that, and as a male, it's difficult for me to answer that question. And I'll give you a flip side to that too. I think you guys kind of hit the nail on the head. And what I got from what Rachel said is sometimes females don't think that they bring the value in terms of monetary value. But, just because, if a paycheck is smaller, not necessarily it always is, doesn't mean someone has less value. And life insurance is really meant to provide that money to make sure you can maintain the same lifestyle, right? Mm-hmm. And so, that could be part of the inequality piece. But I'll tell you, the flip side of it is I meet a lot of couples and give them life insurance advice or advice on their insurance. And a lot of times it's more often than not, it's always the female who initiates that conversation too, because then the mothering and nurturing nature of the female, right? So women are kind of the first to really see the value of that kind of advice, sometimes more so than males. So, I think that, like I said, I have two daughters, and I want them to be empowered and have the right coverage and get the right advice. And it's all about peace of mind, really, and just setting yourself up financially and protecting your family. So,
yeah, thank you so much. I think Rachel, we can find her. She's back here.
Yeah.
5 years. Yes, it's just back and forth.
She's coming back.
Yeah, she's getting back. We're just waiting for Rachel. So, viewers, if you have any questions, please, as I've said before, feel free to ask your question in the comment section. You can comment, and I'll read it out to Richard or Rachel. Either of them can answer your question. While we're still waiting for Rachel, we might want to go. Okay, she's here. Can you hear me? Hi, Rachel. Yes, I think he's a little bit.
I'm here.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, welcome back. We are celebrating you because, Rachel is back with us. So, viewers, if you have any questions, please feel free to ask your question right now while they are still with us. I have, Angela. Very nice question. Thank you very much, Angela. Yeah, we have our viewers, they are commenting, and we want to appreciate all of them. Thank you all. We're just going to go on 30 seconds break. We'll be right back. I think she's not here, but we are still waiting for her. So, while we're waiting for Rachel, I'll just go ahead and ask Richard the question. So, thank God we have two of you here. So, everything works for our good. Yeah. So, Mr. Richard, please, can you tell us, does your company insure people with health implication? Let our viewers know, because I believe our viewers will also want to know. For those of you watching, or if they might have a loved one that have health issue and they want to insure that person, but they don't know if that person will be accepted. So we want you to explain to our viewers right now. Thank you.
Yeah, that comes up a lot. As we get older, we find that people tend to have more health issues going on, some of them more severe nature than others. Yeah. And, it really depends on the particular health issue and the severity of the health issue. And it also depends on the type of product you're looking for. So if you want a disability policy or a life policy, there's different criteria that we qualify people on because it's a different risk. Okay. And surprisingly, we're able to cover, people who do have a number of health issues that they may, sometimes they're surprised that they can get coverage. Sometimes they may have to pay slightly more because the policy is rated or has other limitations on it potentially, but not always. And, so what I would say is, like you mentioned earlier, have that conversation, whether it's with Rachel or your advisor that you work with, full disclosure, put everything on the table. Here's what's going on health-wise. You know, we'll be able to give you an idea of what you can expect if you move forward with an application. That way there's no super surprises, right? And sometimes it's a nice surprise. And I'll just add as well, like we do have some solutions where there are no medicals, there are no medical questions. We have a solution called guaranteed acceptance. We can get a basic level of life insurance, you know, and there's very few qualifying criteria there. So there are options for sure. And it's just about having that discussion with your advisor.
Okay, thank you very much. Because I feel like if there's this, if you're not insured based on the fact that you have health implications, it seems like discrimination based on health issues for me, if you ask me. So I was just wondering, that was why I put up that question. Some people might have a health issue, they might not be old, but due to their health complications, maybe, I don't know, whether they will get insurance or not. So I was just thinking, I'm trying to think for my viewers too. So I decided to put out that question. And also I call few people, what do you have if you want to, what do you want to say, just in case you want to ask any insurance company, you know, and some people actually send me this question. This is what I will ask. So that was why I decided to ask the question. Thank you for clarifying that question. And again, I also have a question around the issue of age. What age do you like when people are old? I don't know if you guys still insure, if your company still insure people that are old, or you have a certain age gap that you can purchase the insurance policy. So please, that's just random. So I just want you to answer that. Yeah.
Well, I'm going to say old is a relative term, so I don't want to offend anyone.
Okay. Yes.
I mean, that said, I mean, really for all age groups, and the solution that I just mentioned, the guaranteed acceptance one, we can offer insurance to someone up to age 75 with no medical questions asked. You know, and some policies go up to age 80. So, I mean, really people at most life stages, we can have an insurance discussion. We can even insure your children, like from, you know, the first week of their birth.
Wow.
If someone wants to buy a paid up life insurance policy for their children, that type of policy, for example. So really every age band almost we can help with, up to, you know, 80 plus years old. So, yeah.
Oh, I love the fact that you talked about, you know, children. You added children to it, because I think maybe most viewers, some of my viewers might be wondering if one can purchase insurance for a child or a newborn. You've just answered that.
That comes up a lot, Faith. And, you know, we actually just came out with a new solution earlier this year called RBC Growth Insurance, which allows you to buy policy, pay it for 10 years or 20 years. You decide which makes most sense. You stop paying in the 10th or 20th year. The cash keeps growing, the policy amount keeps growing, and that's something that they would keep for the rest of their life, ideally, or they could cash out. And that's a beautiful gift to give to your child or grandchild.
It is. It's like investments.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's beautiful. So, Obey, I hope you can hear us now.
I can hear you.
Okay, perfect. So let's move on to the next question, which is your question. So the next question is, most Black communities do not believe in life insurance. How can we convince them that having life insurance is, you know, crucial for us and for our loved ones? How can we convince them? What do we have to say to them?
That is a very good question.
Thank you.
Yeah, I believe that it has to do with our belief system.
Okay.
Like from our culture, where we are coming from.
Yeah.
For example, in Nigeria, when I was there, I didn't hear or see anyone that received a death claim. Right? Nothing like that. So insurance, the word insurance barely exists in Nigeria. People are very superstitious when it comes to insurance.
Yes.
They don't really believe in it. But here in North America,
yes,
the ball is rolling. That is not the case. So insurance is a legitimate business.
Yes.
So on the advert, you hear them talk about insurance. Every time you hear the word insurance.
Yes.
So the case is different. So the thing is that RBC, we do pay over $1 million claim every day.
Wow.
For insurance claim. And even my career, since my career with RBC, I have paid a lot of claim as well. So having a death claim in And in RBC, in the issue, it's not something that is rare. So it do happen. So
Yeah.
now let's come back to reality. What is our reality?
Exactly.
What is our reality? The reality is that people will die. Whether we
Yeah.
like it or not, people will die.
Yes.
Right? What is the reality? The reality is that we shouldn't expose our family, our loved ones, for them to face crisis after we pass.
Yes.
Right? We should learn to take practical steps while solving problems
Good.
instead of being superstitious.
Hmm.
Let's remove that superstitious aspect of it, because let's face our reality.
True.
So we having insurance to protect our family is actually the best RASP. So for example, you want to leave, you're saying that you want RASP, you set up every other thing, then you leave at life insurance. But I'm here to say that the best gift you can give to your kid is the best RASP you can give to your children is a
Yes.
life claim. Because if anything unexpected will happen, how will you continue to pay for the ROESP?
Mm-hmm.
So financial planning is not just one way. So you
Okay.
do everything. You start small, you build on it. Because the future is now. I hear a lot of people procrastinating. Oh, I'll do it, not now. Let's just start small, from whatever we have, then we build on it. Instead of doing every other thing and leaving life insurance out of it.
Wow.
So yeah, gradually we are bringing
Awareness.
awareness. We're
Yes.
bringing awareness so that people will know that
Yeah.
things do happen.
Yes.
Yeah, once people know that, I think we should also know that most Black communities, most of them also find value. They've started, taking initiative to do financial planning. But we just want everybody to believe that this is something that we need to do, and the time is now because the future is now.
Thank you so much. That is it. The time is now and the future is now. So if you're watching right now, Rachel has just said it all. She said the time is now. That means you should stop procrastinating. If you want to buy life insurance, you can contact Rachel. She's here to advise you. She will tell you the best way you can go about it. Okay? Don't procrastinate. The time is now and the future is now. So thank you so much. We have a question from David. He said, I would like to know more about the insurance for children Richard spoke about. Mr. Richard, that's for you.
Yeah. So just to kind of summarize what it is, really, there's a couple different types, but the new one we just came out with, RBC Growth Insurance, is what it's called.
Yes.
It's a policy that's classified as a whole life policy, and it's customizable. So it can be designed to be either paid up in a 10-year period, or you pay it for a 20-year period, and then you stop paying. And there's an internal dividend that's paid, so it's got a cash component, and the face amount can continue to grow. So if you start with a $25,000 policy, that face amount can continue to go up over time. And even after you stop paying, the face amount of coverage can continue to grow. So the idea is that those policies grow with inflation. They hopefully outpace inflation. The child can cash it out one day if they wanted to, and get money and use that money for whatever they want, or they could just leave the policy in place and let it grow over time. And then that's really for their grandchildren potentially, right? And so we could take a whole hour on that type of policy, but that's basically it in essence. And like I said, it's a beautiful gift to give to a child. And we get a lot of interest. We get a lot of interest from parents asking about that, and it's a great way to. The other benefit is you're guaranteeing your child's insurability, and there's a built-in guaranteed insurability benefit within these policies that allows the child to take that face amount, even higher than, let's say, the face amount that they bought it for, and buy additional insurance in the future without answering any medical questions.
That's correct.
You're doing two things. You're giving coverage to your child, number one. And then you're also giving your child the option in the future to buy insurance with no medical questions asked. So you're guaranteeing what we call their insurability. So it's a beautiful thing. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Mr. Richard. And David, I hope Mr. Richard has been able to answer your question. For me personally, I believe he just answered it very well. He decided to dissect it the way you can understand it. So thank you. Just to forge ahead with our question for today, um, I think that will be the last question before we round up. For those of you, if you're watching right now, please feel free to ask us any question before we go to move to the last question. Please utilize this opportunity right now. I am going to read it out. Is it that Rachel or Richard? They will answer your question. Feel free to send us your comment and I will read it out. So David is saying thank you. He said thanks so much. Yeah, he says it sounds good. That's what he said. I'm just reading what he said to you. So Mr. Richard, David said he likes it. Thank you so much.
Thank you, David. Thanks for
Yeah. So if you're watching, I'm giving you the opportunity right now. Please utilize the opportunity to ask us questions. And I'm going to read out your comments. Please ask your question before we move to the last question for the day. So if no questions, I'll just quickly, because I want us to give our viewers the benefit of the doubt. Let's go on 30 seconds break. We'll be right back. All right, welcome back, viewers. With me here today is Richard Thompson and Rachel. Her name is also Obehi. She's live here with me on Prestigious Talk Show. It has been an interesting conversation. Trust me, I'm just smiling because I believe they've answered all the questions that I also have in my mind that I wanted to talk about. You've answered it very well. We have a question from Tracy. Yes, it said, I have about 10 insurance that discouraged me. Okay, she talked about I think maybe a bad term insurance that discouraged her. Okay, yeah, please, you want to answer that? I think she said she had, or think that I have a bad term insurance that discouraged me. Maybe she's trying to say that she had an experience of a bad term insurance that discouraged her. Do you have any answer to that?
Yeah, and it kind of ties in with some of my final thoughts I want to give too. The whole financial world can be difficult to navigate, whether it's insurance, credit, mortgages, whatever. And knowledge and education are power.
Yeah.
And it doesn't have to be formal education; it's just getting that knowledge.
Yeah.
And you can make an informed decision. And what I would say is, work with an advisor that you trust, that you like, that you have, and build that relationship. And a great advisor will also lead you to other partners as well, right? And when you get the great advice, then you should feel comfortable and confident in what you have. And I'll just share something about Rachel because she's too humble to share this herself. Someone like Rachel, who's joined us today, I can tell you someone like Rachel is a super caring, hardworking individual who you probably comes across in the video. She cares a lot about the clients she works with, gives them great advice, and really make sure their families are protected. You want to work with somebody like that, and you probably won't have a situation where you feel not confident with what you have if you do. So.
Okay. So Tracy, if you've had any bad experience or you've heard about bad term insurance, I think that is what you're trying to say. You've just heard from Mr. Richard. He has been able to answer your question. That, hey, we have Rachel here. She's an expert. She's good at what she does. She's really, really good. I can hear it. She's a good advisor. She will be able to advise you, and she will make sure, yes, at the end of the day, you go home smiling. Trust me, once you have an encounter with her, I can just guarantee, hearing her speak today, you go home smiling, you thank God that, yes, this is awesome. You even help to advertise on our behalf. So you want to contact Rachel, because after this whole show, you want to buy any insurance policy, feel free. Contact Rachel if you want to really reach her. I will leave information. She's going to also tell you how to find her too. Okay, so we also have Richard here. You'll be able to reach out to him, and you'll be able to contact him. So thank you all for actually sending your comments. For those of you that still have more questions, please feel free to send your question. Oh, okay. She said, can you throw more light on the different types? Yeah, she wants to know. Is it that Richard or Richard? Please, they want you to shed more light on different types of insurance, please.
Okay, I can take that.
Yeah, go ahead.
So when it comes to different type of insurance,
Yeah.
we have the permanent life insurance. This insurance protects you for the rest of your life.
Yes.
And you do have, it's a very flexible policy. Some of them are flexible policy, like the universal life, where you can actually take cash value from the policy.
Yeah.
So we have a term life insurance. Term life insurance is not superior than, like, both insurance are good. The thing with term life insurance is that you can customize it. For example, you have a mortgage and your mortgage is amortized for 25 years or 30 years. So you can easily customize your mortgage to meet the need. You customize your insurance to meet the need of your mortgage. So you can go for a 1020 or 1025, whatever, it's a specific period of time. You can also use term insurance to cover the need for your children's education. Also, we have non-medical insurance. Non-medical insurance, irrespective of your health, you will be insured, or there's a limited amount.
Okay.
Then we have living benefits. Living benefit has to do with disability insurance and critical illness insurance. Yes. So when you are talking about disability insurance, this insurance actually replaces your paycheck. Say, for example, you get hurt or you are sick, you can't go to work, then you can make a claim in your disability insurance. Critical illness insurance is also a living benefit that pays you if you contact any of the covered conditions. Mm-hmm. We do have a list of conditions that are covered, but the three major ones is heart attack, cancer, or stroke.
Okay.
So yeah, those are different type of insurance that you can benefit from.
Oh, beautiful. Thank you so much. I think that would be the last question that we're going to take for the day, because we want to wrap this up now. Mr. Richard, we want you to actually speak to our viewers. What advice do you have as a bank manager for our viewers that are currently watching right now? What advice do you have for them as a bank manager?
Thank you. Yeah, just to pick up on what Rachel said, the advice I would give is, as you heard from Rachel, there's lots of insurance out there, right? And really find an advisor that is caring and knowledgeable and you want to work with, like Rachel, for example, and really sit down. What we do is we sit down with you and, we look at your needs, and we take 1% to 3% of your income, and we put together a solution that's going to protect your family in a premature death. It's going to protect you if you can't go to work because of an injury or illness. Yes. And then, we'll also look at, are you planning for retirement? So imagine taking, between 1% and 3% of your income, which isn't a ton of money, and, knowing and having that peace of mind that my family's protected completely. Yes. And if something happens, I can't work, I got my paycheck coming in, or part of my paycheck still coming in. That's a really nice feeling to have. And you can do that without being insurance poor, what I like to call it. So, that would be the advice I would give your viewers, do that. And then you have a solid plan. And certainly we're able to help you out. We're licensed in Ontario. This is how we meet clients now, virtually. So whether you're in TA or you're in Northern Ontario or you're in Ontario, we can help you. So happy to reach out.
All right. Richard, do you have anything to say to our viewers from a woman's perspective? You want to say a little bit?
It's been nice. It's nice. It's nice being here today. It's a good thing to have. So let's just try to make sure that our family is secured. It's the best gift we can give to our loved ones.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you, Mr. Richard, and thank you, Rachel. I don't know. I want to thank you for honoring my invite, and thank you for educating my viewers about the importance of having life insurance. Thank you so much. And of course, I'm thinking of having you both of you back next time so that we can talk more on different issues relating to money matters, financial security and all whatnot. So of course that will be our next target. It is really nice to have you live with me on Prestigious Talk Show, and I'm looking forward to having both of you back again. Thank you so much. And of course, I want to say thank you so much. Thank you, Richard. Thank you, Rachel. Yeah. So I want to thank my viewers for watching, for taking their time to watch this live stream with us today. This is an interesting one. If you're watching, please, after this live stream, please share this video. You might be able to save somebody, trust me, because as I say, knowledge is power. When you watch this, you have more knowledge, weight of knowledge coming from these two experts. They are here giving it to you free. Why not, grab it now? Okay, just use this opportunity to take this knowledge and apply it. Use it for yourself. It's going to benefit you and also benefit your loved ones. Please go get your insurance. It is very, very important to have life insurance. Thank you all. Thank you everyone for watching. I really appreciate the fact that you're here with me, and I will see everyone. I'll see you guys next time. And again, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram. And remember, you are not alone. Thank you all. Thank you very much for your time. I'll see you next time. I remain your host, Faith Adodo.